2010 was maybe a good year for commercial planes, but maybe not that good for business jets. What's your outlook in terms of deliveries for this year?
Well, 2010 was still a relatively flat year for deliveries in the commercial jets, but it was positive in terms of sales, new contracts, which will translate, of course, in deliveries next year in 2000 not next year. We are already in 2011 and 2012. Business jets is still a tough market. We have been able to grow our deliveries in that difficult market because we have been introducing new products every year. For the last 6 years, we have introduced 6 new aircraft. So as we have backlogs at the entry point, we're actually growing our market share in the business jets, relatively flat in commercial jets. 2011, we expect to have a little bit of an upside, a little bit of growth in 2011, although not spectacular. But the trend is definitely on the right direction now.
So how much market share do you plan to gain exactly? What's your ambition in, let's say, 5 years' time?
Well, there's several ways to look into that. We have the leadership. We have more than the 50% of market share in jets up to 120 seats. So, of course, the strategy is to keep that leading position. As far as business jets go, I mean, in terms of deliveries, we're probably reaching something between 10 and 15% of the overall market deliveries. It's ambitious, it's difficult, but I think so far we're on track for that.
Concerning the E-Jets family, what are your plans? Do you plan to develop a re-engine, new engines in it, or do you plan to develop a new aircraft?
We are precisely at the time of discussing alternatives. There are 2 major variables that we have to wait. One is the development of engines. There are 2 or information about that, and they have different architectures, so there might be some difference between them. Another important variable is the competitive landscape. We have, of course, Bombardier already with a new aircraft. Recent decision from Airbus to re-engine their A320 family. Less important piece missing is Boeing. We have to wait until Boeing decides. We anticipate a decision this year. After that, the landscape will be clear, and then we will make a decision either to, either or, to develop a new aircraft, a little bit bigger, or to re-engine the E-Jets, or both. So so I anticipate that this year we're gonna come up with a decision.
Actually, what's your view on the strategy by Airbus with the A320neo? Do you think that's the good strategy, and what do you think Boeing, should do to react?
Who am I to speak on behalf of Boeing and Airbus? I think Airbus' decision was easy. Still has some probably post-certification developments to be done. So I guess that their engineering is pretty much tied up with the 350 program. So to keep the 320, competitive, it's a kind of a pragmatic decision to re-engine. Boeing may also take that strategy, but I think their engineering may be getting a little bit more, more available as the 787 approaches certification. So it's hard to tell which way they will go. We are basically we are the small guys in this turf, so we have just to wait and see where they play. And if there is an opportunity of maybe stretching our aircraft or doing something a little bit bigger, we of course will try to decide and seize that opportunity.
On your new defense unit, have you had any deals since its creation?
Well, every week, we just signed at the end of the year. We had a new contract for the refurbishment of the midlife update of the A1 fighter fleet of the Brazilian Air Force. And and of course several campaigns out there. Indonesia also confirmed 8 Super Tucanos recently. So it's a business that we're putting a lot of emphasis. We believe it's a growing business. mostly because of Brazil's, new long-term vision, which is outlined in a national strategy, which is just 2 years old. So for many years, Brazil has not had a long-term perspective on defense, and now we do. The country is growing, so this will open up opportunities, and we want to be in the central position to exploit those opportunities.
Maybe last question on China. So you're trying to develop a plant there. Can you tell me where are your negotiations with the Chinese government on this plant? And do you have any idea when exactly you're going to start the production?
Okay, we've been producing aircraft in China since 2002. What we do there today is
on the new plant.
That's yeah. That's today we do the ERJ-145. That aircraft, the last delivery of that airplane is in April. So the discussion right now is which is the best way to go forward. 50-seaters are too small anywhere, not only in China. So we discussed with our partners and with the Chinese government which is the next product that should be manufactured in that plant. As the last delivery will be in April, we have to anticipate that before April we must have a decision whether to produce, let's say, a larger commercial jet or do something else. But there is a clear willingness from both parties to keep the relationship. It's almost a decade now. Very positive relationship, very constructive. And so I anticipate next year, maybe 2, 3, 4 months, the maximum up to April, we have to have an outcome on those discussions.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.